everybody. Happy Wednesday. We're so excited to see you all here. Hope you're doing fine. It's the middle of November. We are 6 weeks away from finishing the year. Like that is just impressive. I can't believe it. I feel like we're in that final countdown, right? But we still have time to make this an amazing year, and we hope that you join us in that process. And I'm really excited today because as we head into the year, we need to think about how do we continue to grow our business? How do we plan for 2025, right? For those of us that have uh, a business in some way or form, how do we make sure that we grow and there's no time like now to start thinking about that? And I personally know that I didn't know about grants and how to, apply for them. It feels like it's something that is just far. It's for somebody else. It's for different people. But I'm so excited to have with us today one of our amazing members, Jeanette, who is an expert in all things that has to do with taxes and grants. And I think that that is so important because sometimes I know that I've talked to other people that don't talk like we don't feel comfortable chatting about these things, and they just talk such an elevated language that I don't think we truly understand. But I know that every time that I talk to you, Jeanette, things become easier. So I'm excited about having this conversation about grants with you. So welcome to our
Thank
Cafecito
you. Thank
today.
you. And let me know if you can hear me okay. I had to put on my headphones.
Yes.
Fantastic.
We can hear you perfectly. So then let's get going. Grant
Yes.
strategies are an important part of being able to grow our business because the reality is we don't have money to do all the things that we want. And it's important, and there is money out there that we can tap into so that we can grow our business. So what's available for small businesses and entrepreneurs, and especially in our culture and in our community, there's a lot of different there's access to a lot of different things that we don't know, so
Yes.
take us through.
Thank you, Ayana. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on the platform and the membership. It's been so fruitful thus far. So if you're not a member, make sure you join. A plethora of resources, networking, social capital. It's amazing. So make sure you sign up as a member. Welcome, everyone. My name is Jeanette Velasquez. I am the founder and owner of Velasquez Tax and Business Services. We are dedicated partners to small businesses, nonprofits, and underserved communities. We specialize in helping take the ease out of tax compliance, financial management, and grant acquisition to ensure that our clients have financial stability, they can see their results and growth over time, and to really work with clients 365 days of the year. One of our specialties that we're talking about today is grants, grants, grants. Show me the money. And a lot of us, as we are building our businesses, from beginning, middle, wherever you may be, grants is a nice, unrestricted, lucrative income to have. And since my first grant since 2005, I've received so many grants and I've helped so many small businesses like yourself have obtained access to that. I can remember in 2005, I was in a really a space that was down for me. But however, in those down valley times, it's a really great opportunity for a comeback. And I had this one prayer. I said, "Oh, Yahweh, can you give me, I need a grant or a program or someone to help me to go back to school." I was a single mom at the time, take care of my daughter and go back to school and get some professional development. So I on my way riding to on the 49 bus, I'm in Massachusetts, and I hear these ladies talking about this program called One Family Scholars. And I said, "Oh my gosh, what did you say?" And so from there, I went and I applied, and that was my first grant of $12,000. Right? They gave me $1,000 a month to help me with the things that I really needed and paid and that I prayed for. And so that's the really the beginning of the grant world for me. And so, as you empower yourself, you want to empower your community to do the same. And so, pivoting to 20 the pandemic, right? We're all at home. We've been laid off. Children are home. I'm on my last assignment in a nonprofit sector where I built my career, and I accounting is broad, so I really focused in on the taxation of things, and was building my clientele along the way. And I really wanted to pivot and see how I can really leave a legacy for my family. And there was some grant programs opportunities out there for small businesses. It was the Target EDIL supplement program through the Small Business Administration (SBA), and I had a couple of clients already, and I guinea pigged on them. And I said, you know what? You can get $15,000 for free. Let me help you. And they're like, no way. And of course, everything is all legitimate. They had a Schedule C, they had a Schedule E. Schedule C is where you can record your business income. A Schedule E if they were landlords and or small rental properties. So they had all the right documentation. But a lot of times they were in disbelief and they didn't really want to go through the process. I said, no, I'm going to be here. I'm going to help you through the process from start to finish. Don't you worry. And so at the helm and at the end of the pandemic, I helped small businesses obtain over $1 million, right? In the span of 3 months that they were not privy to. And they were so appreciative and grateful. It provided a little something for myself to build my sales, but having that impact of free, not free, but free, it is free, but to enhance and to further your goals in your business was tremendous for those small businesses who were struggling at that time. And so from then, I've been on the trajectory of really that's a component that I add in my service business. And this year alone, I've accessed over $60,000 in grants and counting because I myself, I'm waiting for a couple of to come through. So Ayana, a couple of things that I say to help to help small businesses strategize is to have a cheat sheet, right? Have a cheat sheet. This cheat sheet should contain your small business, the name of your business, your EIN number, the mission of your business, the vision of your business, and the impact you're making. If you are a childcare provider, and you out of your home or you have a storefront, how are you serving the community? And, put some details on why this is important to you and what this grant can do. And, be realistic. What you want this grant to do? Do you want it to buy some more IT products? You need some subscriptions. You want to get a membership to United Latinas, right? All you want to go to Amplify Latinx summits. So just have an idea, create a budget on why you want this grant, why it's important to you, and and the importance of why they should give it to you. And so I mean, we have a 97 success rate, and I really try to go after grants that I know my clients and community can take advantage of, and they have a real good shot at getting those grants. You let me know if I need to stop there or if
Yeah,
you have any
no,
questions.
I love everything that you're saying, and I want to highlight three things that are very important. First, when you were giving your example, you talked about letting other people know how you can help them, and I think that is a big thing that we feel it's very hard for us to ask for help, right? I see this all the time, not only in myself, like I see it in our community time and time again. We don't know where to start, or we feel that, people will not help us. And so I think that's a number one big thing. That's what we're all here for, right? To help each other, to support each other, because we don't know what we don't know. But everybody is an expert in something that can help us then move along. So I think that is a critical component. And then the second thing is maybe I do want help, but I don't know what questions I need to ask. And I face myself in that situation because you talk about making a list of what's important to you to ask for a grant. But if I don't know, maybe I don't even know like where to start. I just know that I need money to be able to grow. Like, so then what questions do you think are important for people to ask themselves, other than why do you need the grant for? And how do then they reach out to people like you that can help them? Because I would have never thought, like, if I think about somebody in taxes, I feel like the only thing that they can help me with is taxes. But you are talking about, you don't only help in that realm, you also help in grant funding and other things. So what are the questions that I need to ask so that I can know who can I reach out to so that they can help me? Because if not, that I'm still going to be stuck in wanting to, but nothing happens.
Yeah, yeah. So a good place to start is, say for instance, we United Latinas, we had a networking event a couple of months back at Verizon at their headquarters. And there, I don't know if you guys are not familiar, but Verizon, since the pandemic, a lot of corporations have joined in helping small businesses thrive. Why? Because Latino businesses, Black and Brown, we add 4.5 like billion to the GDP, right? And if we're investing in us, that number can just continue to go up. So Verizon has a mission to help small businesses thrive with education, literacy, and so they have a grant right now that's due in a couple of weeks. I think December 3rd, the Verizon grant, and you can not only are you the opportunity to get a grant, but you're getting more skills. It's a platform of learning, whether it's contracting, marketing, how to, your customer persona. You're getting this component of education, which that's free. That can go towards your professional development that you don't have to pay for, right? And then the sweet spot is apply. Once you do get the education, apply for this opportunity to get a grant. And so typically read what it's saying, go by line. And it's asking you for your name, create a login, right? Start to have on your cheat sheet. A lot of time, the grants are, it's not, some of them are wanting a video. They want to see you. They want to see who you are, how you resonate, let your passion shine through, create a small value proposition of your business, right? And make it into like a 1-minute pitch and say, hey, this is my business. This is what I do. Here's the problem that I'm solving. Here's the success and metrics that I've made. I need this in order to continue this growth, right? So a lot of grants are looking for that component as well. And reading the facts. Okay, what makes me eligible? Do I have my EIN number? Making sure your bank account is separate from your personal. Any certifications that you may need. Do you need an LLC? Do you need a doing business as? Follow the steps. Just go line by line and really scrutinize and analyze what they're asking for. And then we have AI, right? We have chat GBT, right? We have all kinds of AI components. And then once you get into that rhythm of, oh, okay, they're normally going to ask me all about my business, who I am, what I provide, get some sentiment stories in there, why I need why do I need this grant at this time, right? You may be wanting to open a brick and mortar. You may need staff, right? You want to get into contracting, food business, whatever have you. List those things out and apply. Don't just, oh, it's a good opportunity, apply. Right. And a lot of times I think we get a little stuck and a little like, okay, it's okay. Right. With that first time one, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. Sometime they can give you the opportunity to like debrief and ask questions, what you did wrong. That's more so like RFPs and contracts, but keep trying. Right. I try for grants. Oh my goodness, from say the legal Zoom grant. And I tried for like 3 years, nothing. Then finally I got a $500 credit to legal Zoom, right? That was great. I got my family and I a trust, an estate component, right? For $500. So don't get discouraged and apply. And then another component I would say is, I know we have a lot going on as business owners, put it in your calendar. So soon as you see for instance, I'll back up. If you know this organization gives out grants and you may have missed the mark, okay, say if it was last month, okay, put that in your calendar. Say, you know what, Verizon has this um grant that comes out in 3 quarters of the 4 quarters of the year. Put the dates in your calendar and then say, I'm going to apply. So those reminders can come up as we have all kinds of wonderful tools. Put it as a task reminder, right? To put it in there. So each quarter you're going back in and seeing, hey, are they doing something? Is Goldman Sachs doing something? I'll give you some hot ones right now. I pulled up a couple of good grants that are out for you right now. Gusto has a grant that's out. The city of Boston, they have a scale program. It's called Supply Capital Leveraging Education, up to $100,000. And they're giving you like $50,000 just to start the program. And your business has to be in snow removal, landscaping, design and architecture, food and dining services, construction, plumbing, HVAC, drywall. That's $100,000, right? And that's a good grant to go after, right? City of Boston is really, really spoiled, and they have wonderful incentives for small businesses because they know the value and importance of small businesses. The Small Business Catalyst Fund, right? So these are all grants that you can apply for. But, if you're busy, you can reach out to me at vtbssuccess.com and get on the calendar, fill out an intake form, and my team and I will happily serve you. Or if you just say, Jeanette, I want some more guidance, maybe you need some encouragement, you need some mind shifting tips, you can get some consulting with me, whatever your needs are. I meet people where they are at.
Awesome. This is thank you. And thank you to our viewers. Hi, Louis. Hi, Camila. It's awesome that you're here with us today. You talk about, all of these great organizations and obviously states. And I know that every state has a different type of grants that are out there. There are grants for LLC, like for-profit organizations, small business, and then there are grants for nonprofits. Is that correct? And there are
Correct.
grants for both, right? So
Absolutely.
we also need to check and be aware that those exist.
Absolutely. One thing I would say is, for instance, you can go to, okay, follow the money. Go to, okay, whatever state you're in. So if it's Florida, I have clients in Florida, and I found over 100K real quick in Florida for my clients. I follow the money, follow the economic development plan for your state, right? And then it funnels out to the different cities and municipal towns. So for instance, Massachusetts, right? Massachusetts.gov, and I go to starting a business, get in and to see the initiatives that they have going on for small businesses, and the organizations that they are using to help funnel out the money, and then see if those programs work for you. But even if they don't at this time, sign up for their newsletters. There's newsletters that will be constantly in your email, and categorize your email, because I know we get bombarded with email.
Yes.
Title a folder newsletters. And during your week, either it's on Fridays or Tuesdays or Wednesdays, this is my time to go in and look for grants, right? Or RFPs. That, make it a part of your strategy as you are trying to make sales with clients, right? How can I become a part of this program that the government has out? Because a lot of times if they don't use it, they lose it, right? And get on those organization newsletter list. And that way you can stay in the loop of what's going on. Or if you have me on your team, Jeanette, I came across this grant. Can you help me with it? I don't have time to do it, but I know you can do it for me, right?
Yeah.
And so that way you don't miss out on anything.
The other thing to keep in mind, and that is also part of people that you can find here at United Latinas, is becoming a part not becoming certified as a minority business owned, as a women business owned, because that can get you access to additional opportunities for grants and for funding that are out there. And we have marvelous experts at United Latinas. We have great partnerships with Maria Gonzalez, who helps us, and can help all of you become minority certified if you currently are, because that's another process in itself. It takes a ton of time and then a ton of effort. But once you're certified, then that gives you additional access to additional funding, correct?
Correct. It does. But you have to work it. You have to work that certificate. You can't just, okay, now I have it and all the money's going to funnel to me. You have to, so a grant, going after a grant, okay, United Latinas will send out information. Here's a grant opportunity. They have me on the show. I just mentioned you four grants. But if you don't do anything with them,
Yeah.
then it's useless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So the same thing applies to a certificate. If I have this certificate, I'm supposed to go after the RFPs, go to the workshops, get yourself acclimated with whatever procurement department that you want to be a part of, whatever your service or product that you're serving. Get familiar with it and just, you're going to have to just jump, right? You're going to have that leap of faith. I know it's scary, and that's fine, because during that process, you're just going to learn, and that's valuable, right? That's
Yeah.
going to give you good information, what areas you need to tweak, come down to price. I just submitted a bid. I didn't get it. I went too high, right? I was qualified. I know it was great, but I went too high. So that was a learning curve, right? So now I need to find a better sweet spot on how to get that lower range down, right? Because I know it was a phenomenal package. So that's not going to discourage me. I'm going to go after another one, right?
Yeah.
And so you have to work the certificates. You have to work the grants. And even though, you may get a no or a rejection, that's still adding more experience and expertise. So you're going to get better and better and better and better over time.
Yep, absolutely. I know that you've already mentioned Verizon, Goldman Sachs, Gusto, the Small Business Catalyst Fund, and some places as for people to look for funds. We have a comment about somebody who's a social worker and is interested in for-profit grants. Any other places that right now can come top of mind that people can look for? Or how can you search for more grants? Like, do
Yeah.
you just go on Google and you go
Mhm.
like grants?
Yep. Well, I have curated a process being in the grant world for a long time, and as I mentioned, going to your state go to your state. And then of course you can do the federal too, but a lot of time those federals are really designed to go to the state, right? But you can start there too. But I say start locally. Start locally, and then those state programs that are on the organizations, the nonprofits, the for-profits, you have the Beckmans, you have Amplify Latinx, you have this is how I found about United Latinas, right? I went to Amplify Latinx Summit in April or March, and I was very pleased with Ayana Castado. I don't know, her and her husband was doing the food, and she was a guest speaker, and I was so amazed. She was a wonderful speaker, beautiful woman, and I networked with her afterwards, and I got on her LinkedIn, and I seen some of the associations she was a part of. I'm like, oh, United Latinas, I want to be involved. I want to learn how to speak better and present better and in my platform. And here I am. So really like working those memberships and those networking opportunities, and stay in the know and stay connected, because really a lot of it becomes down like to word of mouth, right?
Yeah.
Too, like, yeah, Verizon, I didn't know Verizon had a second round out coming up, because at United Latinas Network I found out there. But I also am subscribed to Verizon to get all their latest networking opportunity, grant
And
opportunities.
and we have a plan for 2025 to continue to funnel all of this information to all of you. So stay tuned as well for all of that great news. Any pitfalls? We're coming to the end of this, and I know that we have a lot of questions, but any pitfalls or any things that we need to keep in mind as we think about all of this the grants that we want to reach out to for 2025?
Yes, get your financials together. right? Get your bookkeeping together. Some grants may require grants, and then like accelerated programs. That equals money. That's social capital. That's adding wealth of knowledge, and then the networks that you get in those different type of cohorts. Have your financials together. Now's the time to do your yearly annual planning for 2025, right? Don't wait till 2025, but put your metrics down, put your objective key results down, put your KPIs down, write them down, write them down. Start a folder. I have a folder for grants. I have a folder for the contracts, and I do the same for my clients as well, right? Um, get your financials together, right? Tax season is coming upon us, right? So your profit and loss statement, your balance sheet, um, making sure everything is being put integrated into your tax system or your Excel sheet, whatever you're using. Get those things going on a quarterly, monthly basis, however many transactions your business may have. Try not to wait to the last minute, because soon as those grants come out, they're going to say, okay, I need a profit and loss. Tell me how much you made last year. Tell me how much you made in 2023. Now tell me your year to date right now for 2024. If you have an accounting system, you can easily get that report and get those numbers out. But if you don't have that, things are in a shoebox. You have Stripe, you have Cash App, you have Venmo. I got to do this, I have to do that. Then it makes it harder. Like, you know what? Forget it. I'm not even doing this. It's not even worth it anymore, because you're not organized. So those are good tips of getting organized, so you can be like, the saying, stay ready, so you don't have to get ready. So
Yeah.
that's essential. Having your financials together, and you'll be golden.
Yep. And we have a lot of amazing bookkeepers, tax advisors, people that help you with your grants. A lot of our members do that. VAs that can help you get organized, because I feel like sometimes we can't. It's a lot, but definitely we have Maria that helps us with the certification. So
Yes.
it takes a village, but this is the village, right? This is the village right here that's going to help us move forward. Jeanette, thank you as always so much. We're
My
going to
pleasure.
continue with this conversation because I know that we're heading into, to your point, the season that we need to put all of our financials in place. So stay tuned for all of that as well as we head into the end of the year and then the beginning of next year, so that we have you all ready for 2025. Thank
Absolutely.
you so much.
My pleasure. Take
And
care,
thank
everyone.
you everybody for joining. We'll see you next week. We have a special surprise, and then we're going to start heading into the holidays. And tonight, if you haven't already registered for our leadership meeting, we have our last leadership meeting of the year tonight, and we have our last speaker circle for the year also happening tomorrow. And we have business coaching circles that happened actually on Monday, the last one for this year, but I'm going to post the first one for next year. And when you talk about, sitting down with somebody to help you with all of these things, business coaching circles are there for you as well. So don't miss out. And we have a lot of amazing events planned for 2025. So stay tuned. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeanette, for
My
joining.
pleasure.
And
Shalom, everyone.
we'll see you next week. Thank you,
Adios.
everyone.
Peace.
Bye.